The 1968 movie, The Detective, had a casting process focused on finding actors who fit the roles perfectly. Frank Sinatra, already a big name, was the first choice for the lead role of Joe Leland. His star power and acting skill made him an obvious pick. For the part of Curran, Remick was selected because of her strong screen presence and ability to convey complex emotions, which the role demanded. The chemistry between Sinatra and Remick was tested and proved to be strong, which was crucial for the film's central relationship. The supporting cast, including Jack Klugman, Robert Duvall, and Jacqueline Bisset, were chosen for their ability to bring depth to their characters. Klugman's experience in television and stage acting secured him the role of Dave Schoenstein, while Duvall's intensity and talent landed him the part of Nestor. Bisset's audition showed her as a rising star, and she was cast as Norma MacIver. Each actor brought something unique to the table, making the ensemble strong and the movie memorable. The director of The Detective aimed to create a film that felt real and immediate. They wanted the audience to feel like they were part of the story, right there with the characters. To do this, they used a lot of close-up shots and quick cuts. They also worked closely with the actors, encouraging them to bring their own ideas and feelings to their roles. This helped make the characters more relatable and the story more engaging. The director was influenced by earlier detective films, but wanted to add a modern touch, so they focused on themes that were important at the time, like justice and personal freedom. The collaboration with the cast and crew was key, and everyone was encouraged to contribute their skills to make the film better. The Detective, a movie from 1968, is a story that takes you through a whirlwind of emotions and surprises. It's a film that has at all moments that will make you laugh, scenes that will shock you, and parts that might just make you shed a tear. As we dive into the story of a police detective solving a complex case, you'll find yourself hooked by the twists and turns of the plot. Now, I have a couple of questions for you. Which role in this movie was your favorite? It's hard to pick just one, isn't it? Each character brings something special to the story. And what about you? Do you have a memory or experience tied to the detective that stands out to you? We'd love to hear your stories and memories, so please share them with us in the comments below. Your experiences add to the rich tapestry of this classic film's legacy. The 1968 movie, The Detective, was filmed in New York City, capturing the essence of the city during that era. The production team faced challenges like managing busy city locations to create a realistic backdrop for the story. They used innovative camera techniques for that time, including handheld cameras to follow actors closely, creating a sense of immediacy and realism. The set design mirrored the gritty atmosphere of the city, with attention to detail in recreating police precincts and city streets. The film also employed new sound recording technologies to capture the city's ambient noises, adding to the authenticity of the scenes. These elements combined to bring the story to life in a way that was engaging for audiences of the time. The Detective is a film that dives into the complexities of urban life in the 60s, touching on issues like social injustice and personal struggles within a society filled with contradictions. Frank Sinatra's portrayal of Detective Joe Leland stands out as he navigates through a maze of police corruption, personal conflicts, and societal pressures. The movie boldly addresses themes of homophobia, mental illness, and the harsh realities of the criminal justice system, all while maintaining a critical view of the establishment's reluctance to accept responsibility for these issues. Sinatra's character, Joe Leland, is an embodiment of integrity in a world riddled with dishonesty. His journey through the film reveals the dark underbelly of New York City, where he confronts not only crime, but also the prejudices and moral dilemmas of the time. Supporting characters like Jack Klugman's trustworthy Dave Schoenstein and Robert Duvall's intense portrayal of a brutal cop add depth to the narrative, showcasing a range of human experiences and emotions. At its core, The Detective is a story of one man's quest for truth and justice in an era that is fraught with complexity. It's a reflection on the personal cost of standing up for what's right and the impact one individual can have in the face of widespread adversity. The film, based on Roderick Thorpe's novel, remains a poignant exploration of the challenges faced by those who dare to confront the status quo. The Detective's music was crafted to fit the story's mood and support the film's emotional journey. Jerry Goldsmith, the composer, created themes that matched the characters' feelings and the movie's setting. The music guides the audience through the plot, highlighting moments of tension and relief. The musicians recorded the score with care, ensuring each note helped tell the story. Their skill brought the music to life, making the film's experience more powerful for viewers. The soundtrack became a key part of The Detective, adding depth to the narrative and helping the audience connect with the characters on screen. In the world of show business, personal and professional lines often blur. Bette Midler's name pronunciation was influenced by her mother's admiration for another actress, leading to the silent ending of her first name. Frank Sinatra's professional decisions were deeply intertwined with his personal life. His anger over Mia Farrow's inability to co-star with him due to scheduling conflicts led to a casting change and a personal fallout that reached public awareness. The tension escalated when Farrow's film outperformed Sinatra's at the box office, prompting a spiteful but unsuccessful attempt to highlight this in the press. In a different vein, the Bochner family left their mark on the Batman legacy, with Lloyd and his son Hart lending their voices to characters in the animated series and a feature film, respectively, showcasing a shared talent across generations. The 1968 movie, The Detective, stands out for its strong scenes that grab the audience's attention. The direction by Gordon Douglas focuses on the lead character's depth, played by Frank Sinatra, showing his struggles with personal and professional challenges. The performance by Sinatra is powerful, conveying a sense of determination and conflict. The cinematography captures the essence of the 1960s with sharp contrast and a dark tone that matches the story's mood. These elements together make the audience feel connected to the story and the characters. The filmmakers and actors aim to create a realistic portrayal of a detective's life, which they achieve through careful attention to detail and a commitment to authenticity in the storytelling. In the world of television and politics, notable figures from the past have left their unique marks. Frank Sinatra, a celebrated singer and actor, expressed his desire to guest star on the television series Magnum P.I. without any payment, only requesting coverage of his expenses. His appearance in 1986 became his final significant acting role, with his personal expenses amounting to a hefty $300,000 due to his private jet and entourage. William Windom, an actor with political roots, had a great-grandfather who was a significant figure in American politics, serving as a congressman and Secretary of the Treasury. Windom's own role in The Farmer's Daughter mirrored his ancestor's political career, portraying a congressman from Minnesota. Bette Midler, a versatile performer, had the honor of being the last guest on The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson, marking the end of an era in late-night television. These individuals, each with their distinct contributions, have woven their stories into the fabric of entertainment and history. The 1968 film, The Detective, had a significant effect on society and culture. It was one of the first movies to openly address issues like homosexuality and police corruption, which were often avoided in cinema at that time. The lead character, played by Frank Sinatra, was a more flawed and human detective than audiences were used to seeing. This made the character relatable and the film more realistic. The movie showed the darker side of life and challenged the typical hero narrative, leading to more complex characters in future films. It also sparked conversations about the topics it covered, helping to bring them into the public eye. The detective's portrayal of these themes reflected the changing attitudes of the era and pushed the boundaries of what was acceptable in mainstream movies. In the late 1960s, a unique connection between music and animation emerged when a CBS executive found inspiration in a Frank Sinatra tune for a now famous cartoon character. This character would go on to become a beloved figure in a mystery-solving gang of friends. Around the same time, Renée Taylor, alongside her husband, was making her mark in the entertainment industry with a series of successful projects, including a Broadway comedy that would later earn them an Academy Award nomination. Their creative partnership flourished over the years, culminating in multiple accolades and memorable performances. Meanwhile, Remick, a talented actress, shared the screen with Sinatra despite a significant age difference, showcasing her ability to hold her own alongside established stars. The 1968 movie, The Detective, received a mix of reviews. Critics praised Frank Sinatra's performance as a detective dealing with complex cases in New York. The film was noted for addressing social issues of the time, which was unusual for a mainstream Hollywood movie. It was one of the top-grossing films of the year, showing that the audience appreciated the story and acting. The Detective did not receive major awards or nominations, but its success added to the reputations of those involved, proving their ability to attract and move audiences with a serious, thought-provoking film. In the shifting landscape of film production, Robert Evans, initially set to produce a notable film for 20th Century Fox, found his path diverted by an offer from Charlie Bluedorn of Paramount Pictures. This opportunity led Evans to relinquish his previous commitment. Meanwhile, Remick faced personal challenges during the filming of Wild River, as her husband's accident drew her away from the set. Her return was met with empathy from Montgomery Clift, who shared a similar experience. This interruption also meant missing out on a Broadway role, which was subsequently filled by Diane Cilento. In another twist of fate, Jacqueline Bisset was unexpectedly asked to become Angelina Jolie's godmother by Marjolaine Bertrand, despite their brief acquaintance. This request marked the beginning of a friendship that would span over 3 decades. During the filming of The Detective, Frank Sinatra, who played the lead role, was known for his quick work ethic. He preferred to do scenes in one take if possible, which kept the energy high and the cast and crew on their toes. Remick, who played Sinatra's wife, brought a sense of warmth to the set, balancing the intense themes of the movie with her bright personality. Director Gordon Douglas worked closely with Sinatra, having directed him in previous films, and their strong rapport helped to create a smooth production process despite the film's heavy subject matter. The Detective was one of the first films to address homosexuality in a more direct manner, which led to many discussions among the cast and crew about the importance of representing this topic sensitively and accurately. In the world of entertainment, achievements and performances stand out as milestones. Bette Midler's songs Wind Beneath My Wings and The Rose were honored among the greatest songs by the American Film Institute. Jack Klugman showcased his theatrical talents in a solo performance at the Falcon Theater and later in the play The Value of Names in New Jersey, leaving a lasting impression on audiences with his stage presence. The 1968 film, The Detective, stands as a significant work in cinema history. It was one of the first movies to address issues like homosexuality and police corruption directly. Its honest portrayal of these subjects opened doors for more open discussions in future films. The movie also influenced the crime genre, leading to more complex characters and storylines. It inspired other works, including the 1981 film Sharky's Machine and the more recent TV show Gotham. The detective style and themes can be seen in these later works, showing its lasting effect on filmmaking. Frank Sinatra, a leading actor in this film, was one of the rare talents who achieved both a #1 hit song and received an Oscar for acting, joining the ranks of Cher, Barbra Streisand, Jamie Foxx, and Bing Crosby. Lloyd Bochner, another actor featured, portrayed a gay man in the television film Terraces, which was set in Los Angeles and intended as a series pilot but ultimately not continued. Jack Klugman, also part of the cast, faced a tough battle with throat cancer, leading to surgery in 1989 that significantly changed his voice. This personal challenge was later reflected in his roles, where his distinct voice became a characteristic part of his performances in projects like The Odd Couple Together Again and Diagnosis Murder. In the world of acting, achievements and debuts mark significant milestones. Jack Klugman, known for his role in The Odd Couple, secured 2 Emmy Awards, showcasing his talent on the small screen. Robert Duvall, a student of Sanford Meisner, honed his craft in New York's esteemed theaters, gracing the stage in notable productions like A View from the Bridge. The film also marked the first appearance of Don Fellows, adding to the roster of actors making their mark in cinema. In the vibrant world of entertainment during the 1970s, Bette Midler stood out with her performances at the Continental Baths, a popular club, with Barry Manilow providing musical support. Meanwhile, William Windom's voice was one of the last heard on television, promoting his show before the broadcast was interrupted with the tragic news of President Kennedy's assassination in 1963. Frank Sinatra, known for his exceptional singing, also had a reputation for his professionalism and generosity among studio musicians, often helping those who face financial difficulties. The 1968 film, The Detective, stands as a significant piece in movie history, sparking various emotions and thoughts. If you have watched this film, think back to how it made you feel or how it changed your view of movies. Did it surprise you, move you, or inspire you in any way? Share your stories and memories with us. Your insights add great value and help keep the love for classic films alive. If you enjoy our content and want to see more discussions on classic cinema, please like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us continue our journey through the rich history of film.